Hello, this is Louise Hay. Have you ever noticed that sometimes it isn't the big, complicated things that change our lives, but the smallest ideas, the simplest truths? I want you to lean in and hear me now. Just 5 ideas, only 5, can transform your entire life forever. That may sound impossible, but it isn't. It is simple. Because every thought we think is creating our future. And when we choose thoughts rooted in love, forgiveness, presence, and trust, life begins to open in ways we never imagined. Over the next few moments, I want to walk with you through 5 powerful ideas. They are not hard. They do not require perfection. They only require your willingness to listen, to practice, and to allow. If you are ready, even curious, then stay with me, because once you begin to understand these 5 truths, you will never see yourself or your life the same way again. Let us talk about forgiveness, because this is one of the most important keys to healing, to happiness, to freedom. People often ask me, Louise, why must I forgive? They hurt me. They betrayed me. They do not deserve my forgiveness. And I always smile gently and say, forgiveness is not about them. Forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is about setting yourself free. When you hold resentment, when you replay the old story in your mind over and over again, it is as if you are drinking poison and hoping the other person will fall ill, but they don't. You are the one who feels the bitterness. You are the one who loses sleep, who tightens your body, who walks through life with anger still burning quietly inside. Resentment is like a heavy stone around your neck. Forgiveness is the moment you lay that stone down. Now, forgiveness does not mean you approve of what happened. It does not mean you say, it was right. It does not mean you invite someone back into your life to hurt you again. It simply means you are ready to stop letting the past control your present. It means you are ready to say, I deserve peace more than I deserve to be right. And that shift, my dear, is the beginning of real healing. Think of your body. When you hold resentment for years, your body feels it. It becomes tension in the shoulders, tightness in the stomach, pain in the back. Resentment and bitterness are corrosive energies. They eat away at the joy that should be circulating through your cells. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is like a fresh wind. It moves through you, clears the stagnant places, allows life energy to flow again. Many times I have seen people release an old resentment and their health begin to improve, sometimes immediately, because the body listens, the cells respond. When you choose forgiveness, your whole being says, finally, we are free. Let me ask you this. Who are you still carrying with you? Who sits in your heart like a shadow? Perhaps it is a parent who did not love you the way you needed. Perhaps it is a partner who betrayed you. Perhaps it is yourself for mistakes you cannot seem to let go. And I want you to know you are not wrong for having pain. You are not wrong for feeling anger. But you also are not required to carry it for the rest of your life. You can put it down. You can breathe again. I like to give people a very simple exercise. Write down the name of the person you are still holding resentment toward. Look at that name, breathe, and then say, even if your voice trembles, I release you and I set myself free. You don't have to feel it right away. You don't have to believe it fully in the beginning. But with repetition, the energy shifts, the cord loosens, the prison door opens. So many of us think we cannot forgive because we are waiting for the feeling to come first. But forgiveness is not a feeling. Forgiveness is a decision. You decide, I no longer want to suffer for what someone else has done. I no longer want to chain myself to the past. And then, step by step, your feelings begin to soften. Your heart begins to open. It is a process, and you are allowed to take it gently, slowly, lovingly. Forgiveness also includes yourself, and sometimes this is the hardest one of all. We can forgive others, but we go on punishing ourselves for years. A wrong choice, a failure, a broken promise. We replay our own mistakes like a cruel film. But I want you to hear me. Guilt never heals. Guilt never changes the past. Guilt only destroys the present. Self-forgiveness, on the other hand, restores your dignity, your hope, your strength. Place your hand on your heart right now and whisper, I forgive myself. I did the best I could with the understanding I had at the time, and let the tears come if they do. Let the relief wash through you. You are not your mistakes. You are not your worst moments. You are a soul learning, growing, unfolding, and you deserve the same compassion you would give a dear friend. Some people fear that if they forgive, they will become weak. They will let others walk all over them. But forgiveness is not weakness. Forgiveness is strength. Forgiveness says, you no longer control me. I take my power back. Anger may feel powerful in the moment, but it burns you from the inside out. Forgiveness, on the other hand, restores your true power, the power to choose peace, the power to choose love, the power to choose freedom. I want you to imagine for a moment what your life would feel like if you let go of all resentment. Imagine waking up in the morning with no grudges to carry, no stories of the past weighing you down. Imagine your mind as clear as a sky after rain, your heart as open as a field in springtime. That lightness is possible. That freedom is your birthright. Forgiveness is the bridge that takes you there. So I encourage you to make forgiveness a daily practice. Each night, as you prepare to sleep, review your day. Ask yourself, is there anyone I need to release? Is there anything I said or did that I need to forgive myself for? And then say, gently, I forgive, I release, I am free. You will be amazed at how peaceful your sleep becomes, how fresh your mornings feel when you no longer carry the burden of yesterday. And remember this affirmation, let it be like a soft song inside you. I forgive myself and others, and I am free. Repeat it often. Write it on your mirror. Whisper it when old memories rise. Shout it if you need to. Every time you affirm forgiveness, you are rewriting your future. You are choosing love over fear. You are choosing freedom over bondage. Forgiveness is not a one-time act. It is a path. You may find the same hurt rising again tomorrow or next week, and that is all right. Just return to the practice. I release you. I set myself free. And little by little, the hold weakens. One day you wake up and realize the bitterness is gone. The wound has healed. The scar may remain, but it no longer hurts when you touch it. That is the miracle of forgiveness. So let us close this part with a blessing. Wherever you are, breathe deeply, place your hand on your heart, and affirm with me, I forgive myself and others, and I am free. I release the past. I choose peace. I am open to love and know that life is listening. The universe always says yes. As you forgive, you create the space for joy, for health, for abundance to pour in. Forgiveness heals. Forgiveness frees. Forgiveness transforms. And it begins with you. I remember once speaking with a young woman who told me, Louise, I'll love myself when I lose the weight. I'll love myself when I get the promotion. I'll love myself when I finally find someone who loves me back. And I looked at her gently and said, my darling, if you keep waiting, you will be waiting all your life. Love is not something you earn later. Love is something you allow now. So many of us live in that trap, don't we? We say, when I fix myself, then I'll be worthy. But I want you to hear this clearly. You do not have to wait to love yourself. You do not have to be thinner, richer, smarter, or more accomplished. You do not need anyone else's approval. You do not need to check off a single box. Love yourself now, in this moment, as you are. Why? Because self-love is not a prize at the end of the race. Self-love is the foundation that allows you to run the race at all. Without self-love, you live in fear, in guilt, in constant comparison. With self-love, you find peace, joy, and strength right where you are. You begin to magnetize opportunities, friendships, health, prosperity, not because you are suddenly perfect, but because you are finally aligned with the truth that you are already enough. Think of it this way. Imagine telling a child, I will only love you when you bring home perfect grades, when you never make mistakes, when you look exactly the way I want you to. How cruel that would be. And yet, isn't that how many of us speak to ourselves? We set conditions, we hold back affection, we postpone kindness, and all the while, the child within us aches to hear the words, I love you now. You see, love is what heals us, not punishment. Love is what changes us, not criticism. You have never hated yourself into healing. You have only ever loved yourself into change. The more you love who you are, the more willing you are to take good care of yourself. The more you approve of yourself, the easier it becomes to choose foods, habits, and relationships that nourish you. Self-love is not selfish. It is the soil in which all growth happens. So let me ask you, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting until your body looks different? Are you waiting until someone else validates you? Are you waiting until you feel good enough? If so, I invite you to stop waiting. begin now. This very moment is the only moment you have. And in this moment, you are worthy of your own love. One of the simplest, most powerful practices I teach is mirror work. Stand before a mirror. Look into your own eyes. At first, it may feel awkward. You may want to look away. Old voices may whisper, "You don't deserve love. You are not enough." And yet, keep looking, keep breathing, and softly say to yourself, "I love and approve of myself now, not tomorrow, not when you achieve something, now." The mirror is a tool because it reflects the part of you that longs to be seen. When you speak gently to yourself there, you are rewiring years of criticism. You are planting new seeds of kindness. Over time, those seeds blossom. One day, without realizing it, you will look into your own eyes and feel warmth instead of shame. You will smile instead of criticize. That is the miracle of self-love. Self-love also transforms your relationships. When you withhold love from yourself, you teach others how to withhold love from you. When you criticize yourself, you create an atmosphere where criticism feels normal. But when you begin to love and approve of yourself, you raise the standard. You begin to attract people who honor you, who mirror the love you are giving yourself. Love creates love. It always has. It always will. I know that some of you have been told that self-love is vanity, or ego, or arrogance, but that is a misunderstanding. Ego says, "I am better than you." Self-love says, "I am enough, and so are you." Ego divides. Self-love unites. Ego competes. Self-love celebrates. So do not confuse the two. To love yourself is to remember your divinity, to honor the life that flows through you, to respect the miracle of your existence. Let us try this together. Place your hand gently on your heart, take a deep breath, and whisper, "I am learning to love myself. I am willing to approve of myself now. I do not have to wait." Feel how your body softens when you speak this way. Feel the relief in your chest. Feel the shift in your energy. These words are not empty. They are medicine. They are rewriting your future. Perhaps you are wondering, "But Louise, how can I love myself when I see so many flaws?" And I say, begin small. Begin with what you can appreciate. Maybe it is the way your hands allow you to create. Maybe it is the kindness in your smile. Maybe it is the courage that brought you here, listening, learning. Every small act of acknowledgement builds. Over time, your list of reasons to love yourself grows, until one day you realize there was never anything wrong with me to begin with. Remember, self-love is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about saying, "I am here. I am alive. I am doing my best, and that is enough." And when you anchor yourself in this love, your outer world begins to shift. You attract more kindness, more prosperity, more opportunities, because the universe mirrors your inner belief. When you love yourself, life loves you back. So tonight, when you are brushing your teeth, pause for just a moment in front of the mirror. Look into your eyes. Say softly, I love and approve of myself now. Repeat it 3 times, or 10 times, or until you feel something inside you open. Do this daily. It may feel silly at first, but with repetition, it becomes natural. And as it becomes natural, it becomes true for you. Do not wait, my dear. Do not postpone the love that is already your birthright. You are the only person you will live with for your entire life. Why not make that relationship kind, supportive, loving? Why not begin today? Let us close this idea with an affirmation together. I love and approve of myself. I do not wait for perfection. I do not wait for permission. I love myself now. Breathe that in. Let it settle into your heart. Let it ripple through your body. Let it plant itself deeply in your mind. This love is yours. This love is you. And the moment you claim it, everything in your life begins to transform. And this leads us to something most people find very difficult to do: learning to love the negative parts of yourself. Yes, even the parts you want to hide, even the habits you wish you could erase, even the patterns that have caused you pain. So often when people come to me, they say, Louise, I just want to cut out this habit. I want to punish myself until it disappears. But my dear, punishment never heals. Criticism never creates change. Only love transforms. Only compassion softens. Only kindness creates the space for growth. Think about this. Every negative pattern you have ever carried was there because at one time it served a purpose. That cigarette helped you feel calm when you were terrified. That overeating gave you comfort when you were lonely. That anger protected you when you felt powerless. These were survival strategies. They were attempts by your mind and body to take care of you with the knowledge you had then. Can you see how even these negative parts were trying to love you in their own limited way? Now, does that mean you must keep them forever? No. It means you can honor them for what they were and then gently release them when you are ready. You do not need to shame yourself for doing the best you could. You do not need to attack the part of you that learned to cope. Instead, you can say, thank you for helping me once. I no longer need you. I now choose a new way that supports me. This is such a powerful practice. Instead of being at war with yourself, you become an ally. Instead of fighting your shadow, you hold it in the light of compassion. That is when real transformation happens. Let me ask you, what do you do when a child is hurt and crying? Do you scream at them? Do you say, you are terrible, you must disappear? Of course not. You take them in your arms. You comfort them. You tell them it will be okay. This is exactly how you must treat your negative patterns. They are the crying children of your past. They don't need punishment. They need love. So I want to invite you to do something very healing. Take a piece of paper, write a letter to one of your old habits. Perhaps it is procrastination. Perhaps it is anger. Perhaps it is a relationship pattern that no longer serves you. Write as though you are speaking to an old friend. Say, thank you. You tried to protect me. You tried to help me. And now I lovingly release you. This simple act changes the energy. It allows your subconscious to let go with grace instead of force. Remember, what you resist persists. The more you fight a negative pattern, the stronger it becomes. But what you embrace with love softens. What you accept transforms. Love is the alchemy that turns wounds into wisdom, pain into peace. I often say, loving yourself means loving all of yourself. Not only the polished parts, not only the successful parts, but also the messy, frightened, imperfect parts. When you look in the mirror and say, I love and approve of you, you are speaking to the whole being, the part that shines and the part that struggles. That is true love. Some of you may be afraid, but Louise, if I love the negative parts of myself, won't I get stuck in them? Won't I become lazy or careless? No, my dear. Love never makes you stuck. Love sets you free. It is only shame and self-hatred that trap you in cycles. When you truly love yourself, you naturally want to choose what supports you. You naturally release what harms you. Love is not indulgence. Love is liberation. So I ask you now, softly, can you be willing to love the part of yourself you judge the most? Can you be willing to look at your own shadow and say, I see you, I honor you, and I set you free? That willingness is all it takes. You don't need to know how the change will happen. You don't need to fix everything today. You only need to open the door to love. Let us try it together. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe deeply. Bring to mind one pattern you have struggled with. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's self-doubt. Maybe it's a habit you've tried to break again and again. And now say, I thank you. You helped me once. And now I release you. I choose a new way that supports me. Feel how those words land in your body. Feel the relief. This is healing. Your journal can become a sacred space for this process. Write down the habits you once hated. Instead of condemning them, thank them. Thank your procrastination for trying to keep you safe. Thank your fear for trying to protect you from pain. Thank your overeating for trying to comfort you. And then declare, I now choose differently. This ritual of gratitude and release reprograms your subconscious. It tells your mind, we are no longer enemies with ourselves. We are allies in love. When you stop fighting yourself, energy is freed. Energy that was once trapped in shame and guilt becomes available for joy, creativity, healing, and abundance. Forgive the pattern. Love the pattern. Release the pattern. This is how true change unfolds. I want you to hear this as a promise. You are not defined by your worst habit. You are not defined by your darkest thought. You are a beautiful, radiant soul who has always been doing the best she could with the tools she had. And now you are learning new tools, tools of love, of forgiveness, of compassion. That is what matters. That is what transforms a life. So let us affirm this truth together. I now choose a new way that supports me. I thank the old patterns for what they tried to do, and I lovingly release them. I love all parts of myself. I am whole. I am free. Say it again, this time with feeling. I now choose a new way that supports me. Notice how your body relaxes when you declare it. Notice how your heart feels lighter. This is you stepping into your power. This is you choosing love. From this day forward, whenever you feel an old pattern rising, don't attack it. Pause. Breathe. Say, "Thank you for trying to help me. I choose differently now." Over and over, this gentle practice reshapes your life. Over and over, you discover that even your darkest parts can become your greatest teachers when you meet them with love. Because the truth is, there is nothing within you that cannot be transformed. There is nothing within you that is unlovable. There is nothing within you that cannot be healed. Love heals all things. And when you love even the negative parts of yourself, you finally become whole. What do you think the most powerful idea might be, the one that can change everything? Some say forgiveness, some say love, some say faith. But let me tell you a secret. The most powerful idea is this very moment. Yes, this breath, this heartbeat, this instant, right here. Because the past is already gone and the future has not yet arrived. The only place you can create, the only place you can heal, the only place you can love is now. I call this truth, the present is the point of power. Think about it. You cannot rewrite yesterday, and you cannot control tomorrow. But you can choose a new thought in this moment. You can choose a new attitude. You can decide to stop criticizing yourself. You can decide to open to love. That is real power. Many people carry their past like a heavy suitcase. They say, "But Louise, I've always been like this. I've always been poor, sick, unlucky, unloved." And I say, that was yesterday. That was last year. That was the past. Right now you are alive, and right now you have the power to choose differently. It does not matter if you have carried a problem for 10 years or 50 years. The point of power is always in the present moment. You can begin today. You can begin now. So let us make this practical. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, place your hand on your heart and softly say, "The thoughts I choose today create my future." Not next week, not when life is perfect, today. Because every thought you think is a seed, and today you are planting the garden of tomorrow. If you want roses, plant roses. If you want peace, plant peace. If you want prosperity, plant prosperity. It begins with this moment, with this thought. Affirm this with me. I am free in this moment to create a new life. Say it again gently. Feel the truth of it ripple through your body. You are not bound by your past. You are not limited by old mistakes. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are free, here and now. And freedom feels like open sky, like fresh air, like sunlight on your skin. Freedom is yours. And when you live in the present, you also discover something else. You are never alone. There is within you, around you, beneath you, a field of wisdom, a divine intelligence that is always ready to guide you. I have seen this so many times. People think they must figure everything out by themselves. They worry, they struggle, they try to control every detail. But the moment they become quiet, the moment they listen inward, the answers come. The right people appear, the right opportunities open, the right steps reveal themselves. This is the beauty of connecting with divine intelligence. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to carry the whole world on your shoulders. You only need to tune in, to trust that there is a greater wisdom, a loving presence that always has your back. So let us practice together. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and ask within, what does divine wisdom want me to know now? Then listen. Maybe you will hear words. Maybe you will feel a gentle nudge. Maybe you will simply sense peace washing over you. That is guidance. It does not always shout. Often it whispers. And when you trust it, life unfolds with more ease, more grace, more miracles than you ever imagined. Affirm this truth with me. I am guided by infinite wisdom and supported by life. Can you feel the reassurance in those words? Life is not against you. Life has never abandoned you. Life is always responding to the vibration of your thought. When you tune to love, to trust, to openness, you align yourself with that infinite intelligence. You walk through life as if carried by unseen hands, and you are. Now, I want you to reflect for yourself. Take a few moments in your journal and answer these questions with honesty and tenderness. What resentment am I still carrying that is ready to be forgiven today? Where in my life am I postponing self-love, telling myself I must wait until later? What negative pattern can I embrace with compassion instead of hatred? What thought can I choose today that will open a brighter future for me? Where have I recently felt the quiet guidance of divine intelligence? These questions are not homework. They are invitations. They are gentle doors into deeper awareness. When you write your answers, don't censor yourself. Let the words flow. Let the tears flow too, if they come. Journaling is not about performance. It is about honesty. And every word you write is another step into freedom. Remember, my dear, every single practice we have explored forgiveness, self-love, embracing your shadow, living in the present, connecting with wisdom. They are not separate. They are threads of the same tapestry. They weave together into a life of healing, joy, and abundance. And you are capable of living that life, not someday, but now. So let us bless this moment together as we close. Breathe deeply, place your hand on your heart, and hear these words as though they are spoken directly into your soul. When you forgive, when you love yourself now, when you embrace every part of you, when you live in the present, and when you connect with divine intelligence, your life transforms forever. You are safe, you are loved, and all is well. Let those words settle inside you like warm sunlight. Let them soothe the places that ache. Let them remind you that you are not broken, not lost, not alone. You are guided. You are supported. You are deeply loved by life itself. So I invite you now to affirm with me, out loud, with conviction. I choose love, forgiveness, and the power of now. Say it again. Let it echo in your heart, because this is not just a phrase. This is a declaration. This is the creation of a new future, and that future begins here, in this present moment, with this choice. Life adores you. The universe supports you. And as you step forward from today, remember, you hold the power in your thoughts, in your words, in your heart. Use that power with love and watch your life bloom in ways more beautiful than you can yet imagine.